I'm not convinced I know how to read. I've just memorized a lot of words.
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
True. All life ends in death, which we, as a species, are cursed with knowing, resulting in something. Again, this is really not my field.
It's Hard-Headed Sports with Spinny and Fetty Bus. Famous for their podcasts, you can now catch them right here on the Al Travis Show.
We've got Spinny with us today. Spin, how you doing, my friend? You're going to have to speak up, Spinny.
Yeah, I gotta unmute my mic. Sorry, that would help.
I can handle it on this side if you want.
Thank you.
Good. Let me ask you, if I can, and again, this means all the disrespect in the world. I give you a lot of crap for being a young guy when we talk sports, but let's talk some life if we can. How do the young folk, and you're kind of in the middle here because you coach even younger people, how do they process what happened this weekend? Can you talk to them when you talk to these kids on your volleyball team? Will they have any real feelings of what happened this weekend as far as the shootings go, the manhunt and all that? Or is it with the phones and all the information they get, is that just another thing that ran by their, on their feed?
Listen, Al, this is a tough scenario, but this is real talk. Like,
yeah.
As sad and awful as it is, this has become commonplace in our country. And I think that piece of it is hard. It's hard to not be numb in these situations because, we've had hundreds of school shootings this year already.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard to necessarily see this as something bigger when, as sad and awful as it is, we've become so accustomed to these type of things happening.
Well, let me ask you this, and you're way too young for this, but we've had crazy people forever. I'm old enough to remember when Reagan got shot, and we were pretty polarized at the time. Tip O'Neill and I've been using this for the last couple of days. Tip was the head of the House, and they did not get along at all as far as politics go. We didn't get along as a country as far as politics went, but those two guys went out and smoked cigars and drank after work. We were different then. Now, he got shot. Like I say, there's lunatics always. Reagan got shot. There seems to be more of it, and I wonder if you would be with me on this or not. I don't know. Is it because the rhetoric is so more heated and so more seen because of all the phone stuff? The ability to be hooked in on every app you've got, and some knothead over here can say something and a million people see it. We didn't have knotheads seeing our crap a million years ago.
There's some of that. I think
okay.
The biggest contributor, though, is people's lack of compassion and caring about other humans as humans.
But why do you think that is? What is why have we lost that?
Because everything's so polarizing, and you are your political opinions. Who you are as a person is your political opinion a lot of times in the culture that we're at right now. You saw Senator Lee from Utah and his posts on social media and how disrespectful that could be.
See, but that is my point. The Lee thing, this come up today, and I caught up on it today. I was out doing a lot of stuff yesterday. Senator Lee out of Utah says something stupid. Let's just be honest. It's stupid, right? And now the left in Minnesota are all fighting back. Not saying they shouldn't, but we didn't have the ability to know Senator Lee would say something stupid like that 25 years ago. There were stupid representatives, stupid senators in every state, but it would have to show up on the 6 o'clock news before I'd ever had a shot to see it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it can happen and a guy says something stupid in Utah and it is offending people in Minnesota, you get my point? We wouldn't have that before.
I do get your point, but there's two sides to that coin. He probably would have said that same stupid thing 20 years ago and just gotten away with the accountability of it because not enough people saw it to care. You know what I mean? So I think.
Well, and Minnesotans probably never would have seen it, but you're right.
Minnesotans maybe never would have seen it, but to me, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think we should be held accountable for the stupid things we say.
Hey, this radio program, I get held accountable every day. I don't disagree. I guess my point in what I want to get with these younger kids, because you're hanging with these guys, I've never in my life seen a a generation that was more accepting of almost anything. The difference being is they won't, like you said, you are what you believe politically, right? I can be anything I want. There's people who think they're cats. Okay, you can be a cat. I don't care. Let's go play basketball. No one cares. But if I say I'm a Republican or a Democrat, that puts some stigma on me. How is it this, am I wrong with this? We will take anything generation that is coming here, but except for your political beliefs. Why is that?
There's so much personally with it, I think is where we're at now. And I think my generation is protective of underdogs and protective of those who we think can't protect themselves or are being targeted for no reason. And I feel like, especially the generation below me, no matter what side they're on, feels like the other side is targeting a minority group on their side. Liberals feel like right now, Republicans are targeting those of different races and religions and intentionally persecuting them. There's feelings from the other way about liberals as well. So it's like that everything is personal. And I mean, it is. I mean, it is personal. I can't hate on them for that, but I felt like growing up seeing politics from the generation above me, there wasn't the taking of everything personal so much. I don't think that that's good or bad necessarily. I see why they are taking things personally. It literally is affecting people's lives. So I'm not hating on that, but that's the reality.
It's the sticking up for the underdog and not giving the opportunity to stick up for this, because I completely agree with you. The separation, I think, between us, I think you've really hit on something, is that even if I disagree with my Democratic colleague, right, we can go back and forth. My generation says we just disagree on how to get to America to be a better place, right? I think Democrats want to get there one way. I don't think it's the right way, but I think their motives are good. When you talk, Spinny, I get the feeling each side feels the other is underhandedly trying to do something against them. That's a weird feeling. That's a feeling we didn't have in my generation. I might think you're wrong. I think social services, yada, yada, you're spending too much, doesn't help America. I think there's another way. But my friends didn't hate me for having that belief. I think now you get there and it's like, oh, you hate little Johnny because, or what? It's like, no, I just think there's a better way of helping him. Yeah, that's I don't know how we got there. Your body hit something, Spinny, that I haven't thought about. It is a personal take for you all. And that's tough.
And I think we got here based off of both sides feeling like the other side is not negotiating in good faith. I think that's where a lot of this comes from. And I agree. Like, when you listen to the open sessions of Congress and you listen to the back and forth talk between a lot of our U.S. senators, like, they're not negotiating in good faith at all. They're not going to compromise. They don't give a crap. It's like there is no. Now, I might think one side is way crazier and wrong than the other, but both sides have no willingness to meet in the middle somewhere at all. None. Our middle 80% is non-existent anymore and impossible to be on those sides. So that's Spinny, where it's hard.
I have got so much more respect for you today than I have ever. Not that that's a huge amount. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be kissing up. But brilliant commentary. We got to cover some sports with you. I appreciate you doing this. It's a strange week. It's going to be a strange week. The next couple of weeks as we got lots to do in this state to get through what just happened. We'll talk some sports. Is that okay on the other side, Spinny? Thank you for your take. Boy, I'll tell you what. That's maybe not. Maybe this next generation isn't complete failure. We got Spinny on them. We'll be back after this.
Chanhassen Dinner Theaters brings you its most popular show of all time, Grease. You'll hear all your favorite hits from the Broadway musical and the movie. Join the whole gang at Rydell High. We'll sing, we'll dance, we'll bring you back to high school life in the 50s. Poodle skirts, bobby socks, the soda shop, and drive-in movies. Grease! It'll rock your socks off. Order your tickets today. Visit chanhassendt.com.
Do you have a closet full of old videos, photos, slides, or films? Regain that space and preserve those memories for future generations. Visit archivinglifemedia.com or call 952-829-8018. See how safe and simple it is to digitize all your media. Gain peace of mind knowing that all those important memories will be saved and can be seen and shared again. Do it today. Check out archivinglifemedia.com or give them a call, 952-829-8018.
Amongst friends, the Al Travis Show. Nothing but talk.
All right, this scares me a little bit. I'm literally sitting here thinking the entire future of our country rests on Spinny's generation, and he might be the go-to guy. Not feeling as secure as I did just before going into the break. Thought through it a little bit. Spinny, thanks for being here, buddy. Just giving you crap. Let's talk. Is it over? Have the Thunder done it? Have they busted the Pacers back? A big 120-109 win yesterday. They have to win one more game out of the two. It's done, isn't it, Spin? Come on. Be done. Over.
I'm gonna say Indiana has about a 8% chance because.
So you say there's a chance?
Because if you win Game 6 as Indiana,
yeah.
Game 7 is an anything can happen scenario. Like we've seen so many crazy. One player goes off, something wild happens. Like Game 7's a toss up. Yeah, and Game 6 is in Indiana. It's a winnable game. They've played well at home. OKC has played bad on the road this playoffs. So
yeah, but Sven, let me throw this in. Halliburton has some sort of calf thing going on. If he's not 100%, do they even have an 8% chance of winning? If Halliburton,
that's I mean, it's hard. He runs their whole offense, right? I mean, even last night, they just needed a little bit from him. They just needed him to be, because Pascal Siakam last night was unreal, man.
Yeah,
he was doing everything. He was
picking up the slack.
That man was grabbing rebounds over two guys that are at least 3 inches taller than him very consistently in the fourth. Really cool performance by him. Someone that gets underrated consistently throughout the NBA, but they can't win without Hallie. At least like 70-80% of Hallie. They can't. They just don't have a chance.
Can we kiss up a little bit to Jalen Williams? This underrated, Robin to SGA's Batman, or I don't know what I mean. Is that guy? He had a tough series, a year ago, but holy crap! Yesterday he owned the game.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Jalen Williams literally had to play 5-on-5 at the combine because he wasn't a guaranteed first-round pick. I mean, this man has grinded his butt off. Was not a 5-star recruit. Was not like Jalen Williams is the guy you want to cheer for, and he's not. I love his personality too. Like it just everything about him just makes you want to cheer for him. So yeah, big credit to him. I think that last night he played himself into a puncher's chance for the Finals MVP. I really do.
Wow.
I mean,
you don't think it's just going to Shea because it's Shea? Come on.
I mean,
I hope he does. I
do think there's a chance of that. But say Jalen Williams scores 40 again or 35 to 40 in Game 6 and they win in Indiana, I just think there's a puncher's chance. Now, SGA had a bad game or two, but I mean, I think his lowest scoring game was 24. So a man's gonna, be in the averages of 30 to 32. It's hard not to win Finals MVP when those are your averages for a series. But I think there's a puncher's chance for Jalen Williams.
Do you think these kids think at all about the idea that if they hadn't blown that first game in Indiana and Oklahoma, they could take this home and win it? You know what I'm saying? Do they care anything about that? Because, you don't want to play and say, well, we want to bring this home in Oklahoma. Let's lose this one, make it tight. You can't play that game because of what sevens can do. But if they hadn't blown up on game 1, they'd be coming back home, Oklahoma City, to win it there.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they're not thinking about that right now. I hope they're thinking about let's go win what's in front of us. But I mean, it is definitely they could be winning at home. But Indiana's been doing that to teams all season. They've been coming back when crazy and getting upsets and not even So no, I hope they're not thinking about it. I hope they're thinking about let's win this next one.
All right, let's talk a little baseball quick. UCO Otani came back, throwing a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He is the best player in baseball, right?
I mean, I mean, we've never seen a living player do this. Supposedly the Babe did this, but we've never seen a living human be able to do this. So it's just, and he's going to work his way back slow. He's probably not going to pitch more than a few innings this year. They're kind of going to work him back in because he's so dynamic from the other side of the plate as well. But it's so cool. I mean, it's just craziness.
It's that thing we'll get to tell our children about. Yeah, I saw that guy do this. I mean, that is just how big it is. All right, your Minnesota Twins are in a bit of a skid. Now, this is a tough part of the schedule. I'm not necessarily ripping them. But with the pitching going down, I'm just looking here. We play Cincinnati, Milwaukee, Seattle for 4, Detroit for 3. This is 12 straight days with 12 straight games with good teams. There isn't even a day off in between the game that starts today. I think our Twins are in trouble, son. I do.
It's tough. I told you, Al, we got to lose 2-1 if we're going to lose series. And we did that to the Rangers, but then immediately got swept by the Astros. We needed one of those Saturday or Sunday one-run losses. We just needed one of them. Couldn't get that. So, and now we got to start winning series. I mean, we stayed down 2-1 to the Blue Jays and down 2-1 to the Rangers, but now we get swept. It's like we got to win one of these series between Reds, Brewers, Mariners, Tigers. Like we got to win one of those series, and those are all good teams, So it's going to be a tough one.
If you're Cincinnati, you're looking Festa, Ober, and Paddock. I don't think you're fearing. You're not shaking in your boots with the Twins coming anymore. You just don't have that. And, Woods Richardson from Milwaukee, maybe Ryan. The lineup is just tough right now.
It is.
It doesn't scare anybody. So, all right. That's what I want to know. I think you make a good assessment of the whole thing, Spinny, but that's what it is. It is what it is. We got to go through this. People get hurt. But these kids coming up are giving up massive amounts of runs. Spin, love having you on. I thank you for taking time to talk about politics, if you will, or whatever happened this weekend with us and giving your input. I got to be honest, I really appreciate it. I was shocked that you actually had an opinion, to be honest, but a good one nonetheless, so I appreciate you. I really do.
Of course. I appreciate you, Al, willing to let me babble on about it. Our political leaders need to care more about our country than themselves as well. I think that could fix a lot of things.
I'm with you, my man. Appreciate you. Let's get you back in here on Thursday, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. He's Spinny with Hard Headed Sports. Pick him up wherever you get your podcast.
Dust from livestock buildings can be harmful